Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're just going to be doing some quick tips for along the way. We're day 2 of the Abyssal Expedition. I really wanted to get this one out yesterday, however, busy day, weekend, kids, all that stuff, we missed out on it. We're going to just talk about some general patience stuff and then also the Sofia boss for anyone that's still there, so let's get into it. Okay, so we'll kick it off with Sofia for those who are still at Sofia. Unfortunately, I didn't get to check any records because we hadn't even started attacking the boss. 4 hours later, I came back from going out with the kids and it was dead. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of them on any of the Sofia bosses that we fought. However, some of the guys did take some screenshots. But for the Sofia, your best team is going to depend on your highest ascended heroes as well. So take this with a grain of salt when I show you some screenshots of some teams, because higher ascension really doesn't matter, especially on this first boss, because the stat bonuses from the relics aren't as great. So basically for this one, you're going to want to go all in on the celerity tree. My opinion personally, you want to have you want to have full rare relics before you sort of attack it. Play it around with your guild. If some stronger members of your guild are pushing past that point and they're ready to go to the next title and then they really need to attack, they start attacking and you can just help out and get them down. Just communicate, but I'd like to have full rares before I jump into this one. But let's look at some teams. So this one here, the big thing about this one is the Cecilia, really nice to get that damage mitigation. The ring is such a huge thing, and Cecilia is just an absolute beast for bosses in the Abyssal Expedition. Then I just wanted to take note of the Taylene and the Rowan. Now these guys aren't heavily invested in with relics, however they are just really solid, especially for this first boss because you haven't got massive stat increases yet. So Taylene's there to get some heals off. As you can see, she did a massive amount of healing, and Rowan the same for his potions, not just his healing potions but also his energy potion, and if he can get an ult off, he's going to be increasing the attack. He's really relevant, especially in these early stages, and then he gets more relevant again later on when you start building more trees up. Then you have the Leica for that early haste, and then the Gwyneth obviously as your main damage dealer to pump out the damage. But like I said, if you have something else at a high ascension that's a ranger, go ahead, throw it in, because you're going to get some decent damage out of those ascension levels. Here is another one we're looking at, where once again we do have the Gwyneth as the main damage dealer with that Leica support for the haste. This team has no faction bonus, but it's still really solid. Titus is just really good for this this whole event. He's not so much a boss killer, he's more of clearing the trash waves, the trash, I don't know, what do you call them, tiles, because he's really good at self-sustain, nice damage, AoE and stuff like that. Then when you have Drez is actually really a solid damage dealer for a lot of the boss fights as well. He can actually deal some massive damage, not quite keeping up with the Gwyneth in this one, but still really solid. So that's just a couple teams you can use, but pretty much you want to be using celerity heroes, plus Rowan is a really nice option to throw in there if you do have him. Moving on from that, I just wanted to check out my title progress, and as you can see, I still need Essence and I still need a tier 5 settlement or better to get the Earl rank. Now, yes, I could call out to the guild to say, can someone attack the first enemy of one of these to help me get a tier 5 settlement. However, I'm still going to struggle against just one team of them, especially with where I'm at, and I know people with lower ascended heroes are going to struggle even more. So don't stress too much about that. If you do have a bunch of elite pluses, you know, if you're not as far into the game, it is going to take time. However, for me, even though I feel like I could maybe push one, I'm just biding my time, waiting until I get all this essence, and then I'm going to push it. So as you can see, I still need a fair bit of essence. I need 20,000, and with that 20,000, that is going to be able to get me another relic. So I don't want to try and push these tier 5 settlements. Obviously you're gonna, some guilds are going to have amazing players like we do, and they can just demolish this stuff anyway. I don't have as many ascended heroes, all that stuff, so I'm just going to bide my time, get my 4th elite relic, and then I'm going to have a crack at it. I'll take a look at how I feel I can go against 2 enemies. If not, I'm just going to call out to the guild. Hopefully someone can defeat the first enemy, I can get the second one, and then I can go ahead and advance my rank. But don't be trying to hit these tier 5 settlements too early. It's just going to hinder your progress if you keep wiping or stuff like that. So the other thing is, as you get into this second stage of the map, you're going to see that these common tiles in here are going to give you 100 per hour, and if we go out here to a tier 3 settlement, it's only going to give you 80 per hour plus 20% for having the hero deployed, which gives you 96. I'm pretty sure that's how they calculate it. It would be 96 because it's 80 plus 20%. So you're actually better off having these common tiles instead of the tier 3s out here. However, I wouldn't just abandon your tier 3s straight away to go ahead and collect these, because it is going to cost you stamina. The tier 2s, if we go over here and view these, tier 2 are only giving you 60 per hour. For me, it's worth it to abandon all your tier 1 and tier 2 settlements out here to be able to progress through here, because as we get into this section around here, I'm going to jump over here and show you where I am. That's what I did so that I could branch apart and go ahead and capture some tier 4s, because you're going to have to spread out to go ahead and capture your tier 4 settlements. You need 20 for this title requirement. So if you can dump all the tier 1 and tier 2s from the original map, and just come over here and use them to progress. A system I use to progress through here is to basically have 2 available tiles to me. You can go ahead and abandon the common one, so we can just go ahead and abandon that, and you can click the abandon now button to make it really quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and progress to the next one. And if I have like 3 available tiles, then I'll just go ahead and you know, capture this one, and then abandon this one again, and then move forward and get these. And that's how I basically progress through to go ahead and get all my tier 4 settlements. But like I said, don't be afraid if you have to abandon. Like if you've got all your stuff in this zone and you've only got tier 3s in the previous zone and you still need to expand out and get some more tier 4 settlements, you can do that. Now the other trick you can do is you can actually abandon a settlement that you have captured and attack it again. However, just remember, if I abandon this one here, I wouldn't be able to get back to it because I don't have one linking to it. The other thing is, you really do at this stage want to collect as like those 20 tier 4 settlements, because it's going to increase your generation of essence. Yes, you may have to waste a little bit more stamina getting to those extra tier 4s, but I definitely think it's worth it in the long run to be able to generate that extra essence as you go. If we go over here, where is it? Is it in this tab? No, which tab is it? Heroes? Relics. Where do you titles? That's it. If you go over here, that's where this is. You can see the towns that you've captured, and this is a quick way to go through it. And as you can see, I've still got some tier 3 settlements, and that's it. But then these are the Verdant Plains Wilderness, so these are all my common ones in this area, and you can always go ahead and view them if you want to view where those things are, and see where you are. So this one here is my only one that I've still got over here. That's purely because I wanted to keep linked to this section, and it was my only link to there, so I'll leave that one there for a little bit more. I could probably just abandon it and capture this tile here, which would be the smarter play, which I probably will eventually do. But anyway, that is pretty much it. Only a short video for this one. Just wanted to go through those few tips, but definitely don't be afraid to start abandoning the tier 3s out here, to go ahead and start collecting some commons down here if you need the space to progress to get those tier 4s. And like I said, hold on, get the essence, you should be able to get four of the relics in your select tree before you actually have to go ahead and capture that tier 5 settlement to keep pushing. And obviously, if you're like me, your guild is pushing way harder than you, and you've got to catch up. But as you can see, we're sitting here at the Wukong boss, ready to go as soon as everyone's powered up enough. But that is going to be it for day 2, guys. Let me know if you like this kind of thing. I can do an update, maybe not tomorrow, maybe the day after, just anytime I feel like there's something relevant, I'll let you guys know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.